guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia Chapter 157. And this was an interesting episode to say the least, because for starters, let's talk about let's talk about what Izuku did in this chapter, because when Izuku used 100% of his power and didn't get hurt, I was like, really? You're doing this so soon, Horikoshi? But then I remembered Eri was with him, and even before I saw the page that explained the whole thing, it clicked in me that, oh right, Eri's with him, so he basically, after Izuku used 100% of his power accidentally, Eri used her pretty much the whole, Eri used her quirk in order to heal Izuku's legs, so yeah, in that sense it makes a lot more sense, and I guess in this sense, Izuku's taking a gamble here in using. Izuku's taking a gamble here because I don't think it was ever fully explained in that last chapter, but from the way it looked, I want to assume Izuku's going at 100% again, and he's using Eri as his own personal first aid kit kind of thing. So yeah, he's basically relying on Eri right now in order to heal himself. In order to heal him while he's going at 100%. So, in a way, it is kind of an interesting loophole that I really don't mind, to be honest with you. So yeah. Now, since we're on Eri, I want to talk about the controversy that surrounds her power, which is people have said that her power is on fairy tale levels of hacks. And okay, first off, Fairy Tail is its own special kind of bad, and nothing can top the BS Fairy Tail has done in the past. Like no matter how bad, no matter how bad anything in a shonen gets, in all these other shonen get, it can never top the friendship hacking that Fairy Tail has done. That is a whole Fairy Tail is a whole new level of not giving a shit with how you do things. So yeah, that excuse is bullshit. Also, and the second thing is, have you guys been reading the same? This is me addressing those who've been saying that that Aries' power is Fairy Tail bad. Have you guys been reading the same manga we have? Because from the very beginning, Horikoshi knew that for every quirk, there would be some kind of weakness to balance it out, in order to balance out its strength. And we could make the argument that it being so OP is its weakness, because is its weakness, and Eri basically Eri is learning in order to control her power more and with Izuku and trying to escape with Izuku, she's learning to actually control her power to the point where it being so OP isn't so much its weakness. I guess another thing we could argue on top of that is that, which is in a way kind of funny, because in a way, like, all these shonen have in a way, it's sort of Horikoshi's way of bending the rules of shonen again, because in a way the shonen genre has always kind of done that whole thing of the most overpowered person is the most powerful person. But if you look at it here, Horikoshi is actually kind of saying that being overpowered is actually kind of the weakness here. So yeah, like it being overpowered is actually its weakness, and Eri learning to control it is its strength. So yeah, it is kind of interesting in that sense. But even more so, I think one of the actual even more so than that, I think one of the actual weaknesses of Aries quirk is basically it all comes down to concentration, and it all comes down to concentration and focus. Like, I think in order to use her power correctly, I think she has to have a certain amount of focus and focus on a certain area or a certain area of a person in order to use it correctly. Like when we first when we did see her using her power to heal Izuku's legs after accidentally using 100% of his power, it did heal. So yeah, I think in order to do that, she does have to have a lot more focus. Which I guess going forward, if Izuku is in the hypothetical where Izuku is using 100% of his power, if in the hypothetical where we assume that Izuku is using 100% of his power at the end of the chapter, then it really makes me worry as to how much Eri can actually how much Eri will actually be able to do. Because if focus and concentration is one of the key aspects of her power, is one of the key aspects of controlling her power, then how? Then I worry how I worry how Eri will be able to cope under the fast paced and complete and totally and totally and strain induced conditions of being on Izuku's back while Izuku's fighting. So yeah, I don't know how Eri's gonna be able to concentration like that, but I guess we'll have to see. Um, yeah. Also, one last thing. Can we just please give a round of applause to Ochiko for finally making that I realize that in this particular situation, in this in this one particular situation, his predictions are crap. Like, don't get me wrong. I still full heartedly believe that his prediction of All Might is going to die. I still believe in that one. But in this particular situation, yeah, Night Eye, I think your predictions have pretty much completely and utterly flown out the window, so to speak. Like, I don't think any of your predictions are even close. I mean, I don't think any of your predictions about how this battle would go, about how this battle would go, this particular battle would go, are even close to becoming true at this point. Especially with especially with what Ochiko said about how the future is what you make it or something, and how the future isn't set in stone. So yeah, like I said, I still it is kind of playing around, I guess, with the whole destiny thing in a way, but it isn't necessarily destiny. It's just sort of saying it's actually in a way it is sort of saying it's destiny, but at the same time it's also saying it's sticking the middle finger to destiny as well too. I think in a way it is sticking the middle finger to destiny too. So yeah, it's kind of one of those weird. It's one of those weird things. It's one of those weird things for sure. Um, and but this picture, like I said, I still believe All Might's destined to die. I still believe thoroughly in that one. In fact, I would be completely disappointed I would be completely disappointed if All Might didn't die. To be honest with you, because of course they have completely and utterly built it up, so it would make sense that at one point that it would make sense. It wouldn't even make sense if if Horikoshi didn't end up killing All Might at one point. But yeah, I think in this situation, yeah, your predictions aren't exactly holding true at this point, and Ochiko, which is the single motivational phrase, just kind of knock you on your ass with that one. But even more so, but this whole arc, I think has definitely, like, there are two people who have definitely gotten a lot of development in this arc. First being Mirio, and the second one in the background being Night Eye himself. Like, I think being around Izuku, he has learned a lot, I think, and at this point, like, I think it would be at this point, I think it would be stupid if Night Eye didn't. But by the end of this arc, it would be stupid if Night Eye didn't even kind of acknowledge somewhat Izuku. Like, I think that guy has kind of always kind of secretly acknowledged Izuku, but if he actually publicly acknowledged Izuku by the end of this, if he actually verbally acknowledges Izuku, but by the end of this chapter, is by the end of this arc, as being as accepting him as a possible candidate, as a possible real candidate for being Night-Eye's successor, then I think how this could easily go is easily goes that by the end of this arc, I can see him personally. I can see him personally deciding to actually train Izuku in order to prepare him to, in fact, further. I can see him actually wanting to train Izuku after this point in order to actually prepare him to succeed All Might. So, yeah, I think it would be stupid if Horikoshi didn't in fact do that. That didn't in fact do that Night Eye wouldn't train Izuku. I think that's what this whole arc at the end of the day has been building up to. That is Izuku working towards Night Eye's acceptance of him. So yeah, I would be stupid if that didn't happen. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of NA, signing off. Later, guys.